Really excited for Moses and his family, and for all of his teammates too. I mean, they got to celebrate and see all of his hard work. He was such a great teammate for us. To think that a freshman would lead us in scoring and be one of our most unselfish players, and to watch his growth throughout the year that he was with us. I think every Razorback fan should be proud of Moses. Anybody after a freshman year that becomes a lottery pick, it's really, really, really special. It's hard to do. He's going to an incredible organization, playing with some great vets, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Those guys are the truest professionals, and I really believe he fits in really well with their style of play because he can move without the ball. They love shooting. They love guys that play positionless basketball. It's no coincidence that the organization that we talked to the most was Golden State from the very beginning, once he entered his name into the draft. And again, I think he's going to a great spot. He's going to be able to play on a winning team, playing for a great coach, and an incredible front office as well.
Well, he's the first lottery pick since Ronnie, I guess in 2006, so that's 9 years?
Long time.
15 years, I'm sorry, 15 years, a long time. Well, what do you think about that?
I mean, I just think it's awesome for our program. I think it's great for the state. It's incredible for our fans. Moses, his family, they trusted a vision. When the recruiting process started with him, we needed somebody to take a leap of faith and believe in us. And then also Moses and his dad Kareem, they really, tried to gather the other three freshmen from the state, and they did a great job of bringing these four guys from inside the state together. They had an incredible partnership. Jalen, KK, Devo, and Moses, they wanted to play together. Before the commitment, we felt like they would all be here together, and I think Moses really spearheaded that whole thing.
Coach, this is just a stepping stone to the pipeline to the NBA that you want to build. What does this mean long term for what you're trying to pursue in the message to recruits?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that somebody from the state of Arkansas can play at home and become a lottery pick, and Moses made an incredible jump from where he was rated at the end of his high school ratings, and he did that through incredible hard work. And I think it's a great statement for everybody, from a national standpoint, from an in-state standpoint. And again, I think those four guys, they took a big-time leap of faith, and it's paid off for Moses, and we hope that with the other three guys, it pays off in due time as well.
How do you think Moses' game will translate as a rookie to the NBA?
When I talked to two different front office guys with Golden State, there's certain terms that click with people. Like, immediately when he steps in their locker room, the veterans are going to respect him because of how he works and his approach to the game, how he watches film, the way that he pre-practice shoots. He's now entered a business world, and he's well mature beyond his age, and we saw it on a daily basis, and now Golden State is going to see it, and he is a guy that understands offensive spacing. Golden State's whole, the way they play, their philosophical X and O's is about spacing, sharing the ball, passing up a good shot for a great shot, and that's what's in Moses' DNA. Is he better off where he is or two picks ahead? He's better off where he is with that organization and playing in that style. I really believe that's a perfect fit. And like I said, that was the one organization, along with one other, that really zoned in on him and asked the right questions and wanted to go into a great amount of detail, not only with me, but other staff members.
Eric, what does it say about Moses' character that all the guys wanted to be here tonight and got so excited when he got picked?
Yeah, I mean, we finished our last practice at 2 o'clock today, and really at that moment, everybody was kind of free to go. They all elected to stay, and watch this and be a part of a celebration for Moses. And I think, even the guys that didn't play with him, I was a little bit surprised that, everybody said they were coming tonight. But I think that, that's what you want in the program, is for everybody to be united as one and feel part of a family.
What was the most enjoyable part for you just being around Moses every day the last year?
I think just his professionalism and his ability to play team basketball. Even I can go all the way back to the Baylor game. He took 22 shots, and there wasn't one time or one of those 22 shots that I thought were ill-advised or selfish. He's the ultimate team player. And then I loved how he continued to get better and better as the season progressed. I mean, early on in non-conference, quite frankly, he struggled finishing around the rim. And we addressed it in team film. I addressed it with him individually. And then one day I walked down, and he did 2-foot jump stop layups every day from that moment on. I've never told a player that he needed to work on something, and then he did it without me going down there and showing him the drill. He came up with the drill himself, and he did it every single day, and he actually became a great finisher around the rim, and that was a huge weakness in non-conference play. Just his professionalism. I mean, he's just way mature beyond, his age. If you look down at the practice facility and watched Moses shoot when no one was around at 11 in the morning or 7, there was no music playing. He was not laughing. He was not joking. He was zeroed in on the rim. And he came to Arkansas on a mission. And I truly believe that, from a long time ago, he and his family had a mission on what they wanted to get accomplished. And I think that his approach, all last year showed what, he was single-minded in, hey, I want to help this team win. I'll never forget the last game that we lost, the tears going down his eyes. We all certainly knew at that stage that he was, that was probably his last game playing for the Razorbacks, but his hurt in losing that game, it takes a special person when you have your NBA dreams about to come true, and that's the type of guy he is.
Defensively, what does he bring to the Warriors?
I think defensively he brings a guy who's much improved, a guy that has great length. Obviously, the 7'1" wingspan is going to help him with the 24-second shot clock. He understands defensive principles, and I think he's a phenomenal team defender. And the way Golden State plays, they rely on team defense because they have some guys that need weak side help because some guys get beat off the dribble, quite frankly, with Golden State. And I think Moses understands how to step in and take charges, and that's important. That's why Draymond Green is so important to Golden State, because of the way that he helped defenses for guys like Curry.
You've had a great reputation for being a guy that gets guys out of the transfer portal, but having a one and done now on your resume, and does that get your foot in the door with more recruits, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, the bottom line is you always want all your players to be able to reach their dreams. I mean, that's kind of why you're here. As a college coach, I think, is to try to get guys ready to play professionally, or if they're not going to be professional basketball players, how do you get them ready for the real world? And, we're really proud of Mo. I think the biggest thing is just the trust factor of, he was heavily recruited. We all know that. Ohio State, Michigan, two, awesome Big Ten schools. And he decided to come here. And, just the trust factor, I think, is what, all of us as a staff will really remember.
I think Moses was rated about 45th or something coming in. Very high, but not lottery pick. At what point in the season did you realize, hey, this guy is probably going to be a first-round pick, might be a really high pick?
Probably when all my NBA friends, or the friends that I have still in the league, started calling and asking questions. I think at that point, we knew he was really good. We thought Jalen was really good and Justin was really good, but I think as the phone started, ringing with NBA people asking about his character and his work ethic and stuff, and they were people that I had relationships with, I think at that point it dawned on me like, hey, I really respect Mitch Kupchak, and I really respect, you know, 2 or 3 guys from the Warriors organization that were calling and asking, and you know, I told the staff, like, I think this guy's going to be gone in another 15 games. But I think it was probably midway through the season, maybe 4 games into SEC play, where all of us knew that you know, he was going to be heavily pursued by the NBA.
How much you hate losing them, but you've got to be so happy for them.
Yeah, no, we don't hate losing them at all. I mean, I think that, you know, like when you coach in the G League, you're there to help your guys get called up as quick as possible. When you're here in college, you know, you want your guys to all reach their dreams as quick as possible, but you don't want them to make mistakes. I mean, you know, Caleb and Cody Martin, they played until their eligibility ran up, and it was a great move for them. They've got 3 solid years in the NBA right now, and they're working on their 4th year in the league. You know, and for them, the bright path was to wait and be patient. And we've had players that left too early, like Cameron Oliver, and it took 3 years in Australia, and then he finally comes back and makes Houston. So for Moses, this was a no-brainer. The conversation with his dad lasted about 10 seconds, and he made the right decision. And you know, I think the biggest thing is, you know, it's a business, and some guys are ready, some guys aren't, and each player kind of has his own path to how quickly or how long it's going to take him. And I think the biggest thing is, and I think you'll see this with Moses, it's all about longevity now. It's not about being drafted. It's about how long you can last in the league. And I think that the organization that took him, where he got picked, all those things are going to lead to longevity in the NBA.
How much of a motivational tool was it for the current guys on the roster to see something like this happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great, you know, for all of our guys to, you know, to see it. You also want them to understand how hard it is. And, you know, Moses, it wasn't just his scoring, it was his percentages that people talked about. It was him not taking bad shots. It was him becoming a better talker on defense. Those are some of the things that were asked by NBA teams. How does he work in the weight room? What is his approach to video? You know, how quickly does he pick up offensive sets? How many different positions does he know on the floor? All those things are important factors to a player's development. And again, you can really tell what teams, you know, there's a reason Golden State wins a lot, because they were the ones asking the most questions.
You said there was another team. Can you tell us who that was?
They probably wouldn't want me to.
Okay.
They picked very quickly after that.
Okay.
Bring in Baylor.